don't actually get to see them enter the room and if they've already said hello. So by the time we get to see anything, Putin is apparently greeting everyone else in the room. Turns back, and at the same time, Erdogan is getting up out of the chair to walk across the room. I'm going to assume from the look on his face of happiness and glee and a motion to it that he is going to do what Putin has done to the other side of the room, which is to greet everyone. And it's becoming awkward. It's like a tit for tat, but masked as politeness. And you could sit there and start to surmise this, because as Erdogan walks back, Putin really isn't looking at him, which is odd for Putin. Because generally, mentally, Putin is a rather strong individual. I'd have to say he was the original honey badger. So he's not giving really good eye contact. Erdogan walks by him. He doesn't look at him. They don't even acknowledge each other. What's going on? Is it just that we missed the beginning? We shall see.
Good afternoon, Mr. Erdogan. Thank you for agreeing to come.
So now we see he does look at him when he speaks to him directly, the thank you. And then we see the hands comforting each other.
As always,
The feet are dancing, the hands are comforting each other. He's not giving really good eye contact. He's not sitting in his power position. And Erdogan is being Erdogan. That man does scare me.
we have a lot to discuss, and the situation today in the province of
Doesn't give him any good eye contact with that either. There's no strength in there. And we can look at Putin from before and go, that's odd. Because usually when Putin has something to discuss with you, he's going to look you dead in the face. We need to talk. He wouldn't be petting his hands and playing with his feet.
Idlib in Syria is so acute that it evidently requires us to have this direct conversation.
And as you see Erdogan's body language, he's sitting the Erdogan pose, scanning the room back and forth. Not really tight-lipped. It's almost like he's got this permanent, like his normal position is a relaxed smile. Shoot, this scene sums it up perfectly.
At the beginning, I would like to once again express my
So there's another one that was actually really good to see. So Putin starts talking, looks over as he's talking to Erdogan. Erdogan looks at him, and Putin looks away. You're getting the impression just from this that Putin has no power in this room, at least in body language, and that Erdogan has a lot more power. Think of it like a bear. You've got a bear in the living room with you, and you are the mighty hunter. This bear is going to do a lot of damage by the time you sit there and get your gun and kill it. Not only that, that bear has got friends on its way. So how do you deal with a bear that's in your house that you know is about to destroy everything? And the only way to stop the horde of other bears is to lure it outside where it doesn't want to go, to take the other bears with it, which it doesn't want to do.
condolences over the death of your soldiers in Syria.
Now you're seeing the translation come through to Erdogan. I don't think he speaks Russian. I don't think he speaks very many languages, if he does. But he's really not reacting to anything being said by Putin. This is the best poker player. You know what makes a good poker player? They don't give a shit. They don't care if they burn the house down with themselves in it.
Such losses is always a tragedy. And unfortunately, as I said during the telephone conversation, the Syrian soldiers, they did not know that Turkish soldiers were there.
And you see the tight-lipped on him as he says that. The translation's lagged, but he goes tight-lipped. And they may not have known that the Turkish soldiers were there. But it's pretty much a given. You know Turkey's coming.
Over this time, Syrian soldiers have been
And that's very interesting too. So he goes actually to look at him. And not only does he look away, he like jerks his neck backwards to get away. These are stressful conversations. Now, for those of you who do not know, Turkey has been invading their southern border, I believe, Idlib, that's what it's called, into Syria, where they're already having the Kurd issue that I'm pretty sure no one knows what to do with. And in Syria is not only the Syrian army that's in that area, it is the Russian army in that same area. And shortly after this invasion happened, within 24 hours, Erdogan starts the mass, not only deportation of the immigrants in his own country, but also the refugees to the Greek border.
Dealt serious damage too. The Syrian army has suffered major losses. So we need to talk this over.
I had a little bit of smile on that one. So we need to talk this over. It was the only thing we saw on Erdogan's face that said anything of where his mind's at. Yes, he is willing to light that match.
We need to discuss this whole situation so that nothing of the kind would happen again, and so that this would not be damaging relations between Russia and Turkey. And I know that you too do respect these relations and do value them.
Still playing with his feet. Defeated position. Erdogan's not much moving.
As you requested, we are ready to start this meeting one-on-one. Then we will be joining our colleagues in. I mean the colleagues which are right here, our delegations. And
I was sitting there watching Erdogan's hand, and he's got the one where it's always at, and then he's got the other one on his leg, and he's opening it, and then he's slowly closing it, and that's his play. There's something to be said about someone who goes very slowly, and it's not always about mental incapabilities. It's about the willingness to go very slow in a direction that is against you, and to do it anyways, regardless, no matter how long it takes. And that's what I see there with that slowness in the hand. Yeah, it's really slow, but time apparently in his world is on his side.
welcome.
Ben de Sayın Başkan öncelikle bu kabulünüz için çok teşekkür ediyorum.
So the first time we see Putin do something else besides look defeated in this little interaction. It's stress with a little bit of, okay, do it, but it's more of a defiant.
Mr. Putin, thank you for
And then he looks away.
a warm welcome.
Tabii Türkiye'de yapacaktık.
As you know, we suggested holding this meeting in Turkey,
Gelişmeler sebebiyle bu davetimizi burada gerçekleştiriyoruz.
but since you are very busy with amending the constitution, we decided to accept your invitation and come here to Moscow.
İdlib müzakereleri sebebiyle bir araya gelişimiz büyük önem arz ediyor.
This meeting of ours is very important due to this crisis in Idlib. The situation in the region
Şu anda dünya
is very acute. I know that the whole world's eyes are glued to this place, to this meeting.
atacağımız adım, alacağımız isabetli kararlar bölgeyi de ülkelerimizde rahatlatacaktır.
I believe that our today's discussions and decisions we reached will certainly help to alleviate the situation and the tensions.
Bir dönemi yaşıyoruz.
Turkey and Russia, our relations are at their highest today.
İlişkilerimizde çok farklı bir dönemin içindeyiz.
That has to do with defense, cooperation, with trade and everything.
Çok daha ileri taşımamızın hesaplarını yapıyoruz.
We believe that we need to make even more progress.
Götürmek de bizim en büyük amacımız.
And our task today is to promote our relations, to make them better. And I hope and I think that we will succeed. And again, thank you for welcoming us here. Thank you.
I'm not used to seeing Putin like this. Usually he's a very strong character and very forceful in making sure things go the way he likes. I see a lot of stress with him throughout this little conversation that they've had. I want to thank every one of you for coming to Library and joining us there.
And because so many of you did move over and subscribe, Library were very generous and gave us quite a large gift. And considering this channel has been demonetized, it will actually help out a lot.
I know new places aren't exactly easy to get used to, so thank you very, very much.
Thank you to Bombards Body Language, also did a tremendous job in February, as well as David Packman. So these guys, they're making content. They're saying, hey, I'm available on Library, watch me on Library, and it's making a huge difference. Same with Styx. Styx was not in the top 3 in Library content, but he made a video on the site that shall not be named, starts with a Y. That also brought in a lot of people. Thank you, Styx. If you invited at least one person in February, we kind of feel like, yes, if we can keep doing that, we're going to keep growing and we're going to achieve what we want to achieve, what we all want to achieve together, right? I think is, content freedom, man.
If you'd like to learn more about analysing body language, there is a video course available on Mandy's website for gold subscribers, where Mandy teaches more about her techniques of deception detection. There's also other content such as the crime series and interesting mind series available to both gold and silver subscribers.
If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.